All right, we are live. What's good, people? So today, I want to talk about how your frame is killing your sales. And until you master this, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. It doesn't matter how much mindset work you do. It doesn't matter how much you do gratitude every day, practice the law of attraction, work on handling objections, dialing in your script, dialing in your target, your marketing and your target audience. It doesn't matter until you really know what the frame is and control it throughout the call. Like some people will think the frame is just like, how you frame the call, like setting an intention for the call or whatever you want to call it. And that's one tiny little piece, and it's the frame throughout the whole call. So maybe let me give you guys some examples of what a weak frame can look like on a call. How can it show up? And you can say, hey, is this happening on my calls? And chances are, if you're not getting enough yeses, then your frame is weak, and you'll probably hear some of these things. So if the client is like talking over you, right? If the client is asking a lot of questions like, oh no, so how long have you been doing this for? Do you have any, what are your credentials? What certifications do you have? Do you have testimonials? Stuff like that when they're just kind of like questioning you. Some things you hear things like, oh, I was just curious. So what exactly do you do? How are you different from other programs, other people? Let's see. Oh, can you send me an outline of your program, or send me over your agreement or contract first? What else do they do? They have all kinds of weird things like that, kind of just basically making you qualify yourself to them, right? So that means you don't have the frame, and if you find yourself that you want to be asking questions, but you just find yourself answering their questions a lot, and going down rabbit holes, and trying to like maybe defend yourself, then your frame is weak, okay? And a lot of other people, it shows up on the call like they feel like they're drowning on the call, like they can't take control of the call back, and like they're treading water or spiraling out of control, and they don't know what to do. They don't know what do I do? How do I interrupt them? How do I do this? I don't know how to take the control back, take the frame back. Another thing that happens is you're not getting real answers. You're getting like the superficial, like fluff answers. The people aren't going deep. They're just kind of giving you like short answers, and it's not real. It's just like they're almost like they're telling you about their problems, and it's almost like someone else's. They're talking about someone else. It's like very, very superficial. They're not allowing you to go deep, right? Then you don't have the frame. Another thing that will pop up on the call. This is probably the most frustrating one for most coaches. I know it's frustrating for me when I hear this. As soon as I hear this, I just smash it. It's when clients are like convincing you that things aren't that bad. That it's not that bad. It's getting better. I'm just gonna try harder. Whatever. I just gotta stay positive. God will help me. I'll figure my way through it. All this bullshit, right? It's just like not real. And their frame is probably stronger than yours, and you're starting to believe this shit, right? So, and then not being able, like I said, to dig deep and get to the real pain. Another way it shows up is if you're talking more than the client's talking. Like if you're talking more than 30-40% on the call, then you don't have the frame. They're controlling it, and you're just kind of going like a low chatterbox, right? And then another thing, if you feel the need to talk when there's silence, right? If it feels awkward and you have to feel like blah, 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 and talking, then you don't have the frame at all. Some coaches will actually almost answer for other people, the clients, and almost put words in their mouth, and that upsets people. So that's something you got to be aware of, right? Another thing that really upsets me as a sales trainer, as a coach, is if you're making excuses, like saying stuff. If you're saying these things during your call and after your call that that the client wasn't ready, they weren't serious, they were broke, they didn't have any money. All my clients are broke. They didn't want it bad enough, right? any of those type of things, when you're pretty much blaming the other people, I call that you're giving your power away. So check out another video in the group that goes over this. But anyway, it's called, I think, the number one thing you need to stop doing on your calls, right? Which is giving your power away. So anyway, so what happens when you don't have the frame, you have a weak frame? Problems happen. Obviously, not only do you not enroll people, which is the most frustrating thing in the world, you start to doubt yourself. And maybe you think that they don't really need you, they don't need your program, that they're just fine. And but they wouldn't be on the call with you if everything was great, right? They showed up because they have a problem, but your frame was weak, and you weren't strong enough to get them through to the bottom of the real problem. You just kind of so. And if you don't fix your frame, then like I said at the beginning, nothing else matters. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you role play all day long. I don't care if you handle objections. The biggest waste of time is handling objections, right? Working on that. If you're getting a lot of objections, your frame's weak, you're doing stuff wrong in the call. Just putting out fires is just it's just a symptom. The objections is a symptom. It's not the problem. But anyway, we'll get into that in another video. So why do you need to fix this, right? I mean, if you don't have a strong frame, that means that the client has a strong frame. And that means you don't have frame control. That means that there's no way you're going to get a sale. I mean, I don't care how good your script is. It doesn't matter. If you don't own the frame, you're not going to be able to handle any objections. You won't be able to get to the truth, which is the biggest problem on the calls. Getting to the real truth, the pain, the whatever, finding the deep pain and where they want to be, getting people to dream, and creating that gap there. You'll never get there if you don't have the frame and you can't get deep. Okay. People won't trust you, right? And that's big. People, they say people need to know, like, and trust you. They don't need to know you. They don't need to like you. They just need to trust that you're going to help them solve their problem. That's it. And if you don't have the frame, you don't have the confidence, you don't have conviction, you don't have certainty, no sale. Okay. It's always going to be, if you don't have the strong frame, it's always going to be, it's too much money, right? They're always going to have to think about it. And you're going to get burned out and start to lose confidence and certainty. And even if that's probably already happening, if you're getting too many no's, I mean, it doesn't take too many no's before the vicious spiral happens. So the problem is most people think what they need to work on is handling objections. Like, what should I say in this? Why can't I handle this money objection? Why can't I do this and this and this? And like I said, it's not the real problem. It's just a symptom coming up, right? They think that their clients aren't a good fit, and it's just wrong. It's a false belief, right? They think everyone's broke and they can't pay or don't want to pay or don't want to sign up with them, right? That a lot of coaches now are thinking that, I need to hire an enrollment coach because the sales thing, just everything in my business is going great except the sales. And if I just had someone to just enroll people, I could just focus on what I'm really good at. And some people have gone down that road, and that usually ends terribly, where they hire the best enrollment coach and it doesn't work and they don't get sales anyway, right? So and then that's a whole nother level of frustration. And then some people start doubting themselves. Maybe I don't have what it takes, and some people are ready to quit, when, especially getting pressure from the family, like, why don't you get a real job and all that stuff? I don't want to go down that road, but you know what they say. But you got to make a shift. You got to really believe that you're just doing things wrong on the call, right? There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with scripts and other stuff. And I mean, you can get those better and stuff, but that's not the real problem. Okay. It's plain and simple. If you were doing everything right on the call, you'd enroll people. I mean, it's just frustrating because I've listened to, I don't know how many calls, hundreds of calls. And people tell me like, hey, listen to this part in the call, the objection. What should I have said here? Or they think, I say, what do you think's going on your calls? And they tell me, and no one has ever been right. I can just tell you right now. Everyone thinks it's one thing and it's completely something else. So yeah. And plus it's hard for you to know too, because it's like the old saying that, it's hard to read the ingredients from inside the bottle. And that's where you are. You're stuck in here. So that's why it helps for outside perspective. So like what happens when you get this right? right? What happens when you finally master enrolling and it becomes second nature? Well, you're going to have a real business, right? Because right now, maybe you're enrolling a couple people here and there. People go through spells I talk to, like it's ridiculous. It's crazy. Hundreds of calls with only 1 or 2 enrollments. And I don't know how they do it. I got to tell you, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty awesome at sales, okay? And if I had 100 no's in a row, I don't think I could keep going. I'm not going to be lie. Some of these people are determined, right? So just got to put the energy in the right direction. If you have all the energy and the focus is on the wrong thing, like I think Tony Robbins says, I don't care how much determination and willpower you have. If you head in the wrong direction trying to chase the sunset, you're never going to get it, right? So when you master it, you'll finally have certainty. You'll finally have conviction. You'll finally have the frame where you can own everything, and you'll be able to be, 1,000% unapologetically yourself, right? And you won't care whether they enroll or not. It won't matter. It'll be outcome independent. It doesn't matter, because at the core that if they sign up for your program, that your life isn't going to change that much. Maybe you make $5,000 or $10,000, which is cool, but that doesn't change people's lives. You never, okay, I'm great now for life, right? No. But if they sign up with you, that'll change their life, right? And that's what you really we gotta focus for, right? And when you master it, you'll finally be able to have that impact that you were meant to have, to make a difference, right? You know why you're here, put on this planet, and every day that you don't master this, that you're just not living in your purpose, and you got to do it. You got to do it. So you got to make sure that you can really, get out of the mode of like survival or just kind of getting by, and then enrolling people, helping people. You really create that significance, right? And then you really make a difference. And that's really what it's all about. So anyway, if you guys need help with the frame, if you're not sure about that, if you don't know how to handle objections, if you don't know how to control the conversation, you don't know what questions to ask to get to the deep pain of really what's going on. If you just kind of I don't even know what the hell's going on my calls, right? What I want you to do is I want you to go to MikeLamoth.com/apply and book a call. And I'll spend about 45 minutes to an hour with you, and we'll find out what's really going on your calls and get you to that point where you can really start mastering the frame and really living up to your potential. Anyway, go to MikeLamoth.com/apply, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.